How to drive Shopify store traffic with blogging. Blogging is hard work. It's not simply about randomly publishing a blog post sporadically whenever you feel like it. Having a plan, publishing it consistently over a period of time, and attracting the right blog readers to your store who could also be potential customers in the future. If you're not committed, you're not doing it correctly, regularly, then don't even get started. Hi, I'm Clarice Lin, the ROI Doctor who helps Shopify store owners to scale up profitable Google Shopping ads. I specialize in helping pet store owners, baby store owners, food and drink store, as well as fashion store owners. If you're new to my channel, check out one of my best resources, the Shopify Marketing Guide, where I go into numerous ways to drive traffic to your store. I analyze the pros and cons, and you can make the decision for yourself what is within your budget and what will make the most sense to scale up your Shopify store. Link in the description and pinned comment. Before I go into the 8-step framework of blogging correctly, such that you're getting the right shoppers to your store, if you're sitting on the fence or if you're still thinking about it, you're not quite sure, let me reiterate the benefits for you so that you can make the right decision for your business. Blogging means you're creating more content for your store, meaning that you're going to have more store pages, meaning that you are going to have more chances of ranking on Google search results. And the idea of blogging is each of these blog posts will center around a specific topic. You'll be putting in specific keywords around this topic. It could be answering questions from your shoppers. That means if you have selected the right topics, you have included the right keywords for each of your blog posts, you have a higher chance of appearing on search results in front of your blog readers who will be most interested to buy products. They could be interested to buy products very soon or sometime in the future. That means you're going to get exposure to a larger group of audience. You are growing your potential customer base. One of the benefits of blogging is an opportunity to educate your shoppers. This means that there could be some assumption that they have about specific products or how to use specific products, or they might have some wrong beliefs. And using that blog post, you can clarify those assumptions. You can explain how those products would work for them, how the products could be useful, or in some cases, how certain products could be used in different scenarios. So using the blog post positions your brand as an authority in that space, clarifying those doubts and becoming the trusted source for information. Furthermore, if you are blogging about content related to your products, as you create more and more content about specific topic, this means that Google will see your store has like a mini encyclopedia of information, and this means that you have a higher chance of getting your blog post rank higher on Google search. And the higher you rank, the more clicks you're going to get. Because you're getting clicks from the right shoppers who could potentially send to customers, this investment in blogging will turn into sales in the middle to long term. And what this means is within your blog posts, you can promote your products. This is a subtle way to promote your products to your shoppers who are deciding what to buy, what are the considerations that they have to help them prioritize what's important for them. And at the same time, because you are ranking high for your blog posts and you're promoting your products, the rank juice, the SEO juice of ranking higher on Google passes on to the products. And this means that indirectly, you're also helping your products to rank higher on Google search in the long term. One of the best benefits of blogging is actually building your store's brand. What makes your store different from other competitors on the store? Because you are an online store, anyone can just go online. They can just easily switch from one brand to another. If you really want to grow your customer base, get more sales, get more returning customers, you need to differentiate your brand from other stores' brand. And blogging is a great way to differentiate yourself from other competitors because you are making a name for yourself. You're reaching out to a wider group of audience, people who are not wanting to buy a product straight away, but people who are doing their research. They want to find out more. They're interested about these topics. And this means that more people will hear about your brand. So even if they're not buying right now, they will have heard of your brand. And this could be something that they will buy in the future. And this is a great way to do marketing without actually running Google Ads, because it comes to my final point about the benefits of blogging is that it decreases your marketing costs. Instead of running social media ads or Google Ads, you are reducing your marketing costs in the middle to long term by building up your own audience and ranking high on search engines with your blog posts. And once you get these blog readers to your store, there is also the opportunity to convert them to your email subscribers, getting their contact details, which means that you will have the opportunity to reach out to them, send them emails, and they could potentially be buying from you in the middle to long term. Thing is, most store owners expect immediate results after setting up their first Google Shopping campaign or writing the first blog post. And it doesn't work this way. Running a business means you need to be committed, you need to be consistent, you want to grow your audience, and all of this benefits slowly grows exponentially over time. The most successful business, if they don't have a lot of money to run ads, they do other marketing tactics to build up their brand to get customers. And not just customers who buy right now, but also potential customers who could be interested to buy something from the store in 3 to 6 months' time. And this is what you're trying to achieve with blogging, is that you're trying to get a wider group of people to get to know about your brand, get familiar with your brand, have heard about your brand, and the higher chance that if your ad show to them the next time, they will be excited to buy immediately. So there are immense benefits of blogging. It's just that you don't see the results straight away. It's not something that everyone is willing to put in the effort to invest in. I worked with clients to grow their blog from like 0 to 6,000, one of my best clients. And from there, she has acquired a huge number of customers from people who have visited the blog, bought her product. I'll definitely say that blogging is something that will bring you benefits, but you shouldn't be expecting to see results. But with the right strategy, with the right plan, the right consistency, you'll be able to see some good results within 3 to 6 months. And over the years, obviously, you're going to get thousands of blog readers to your store, not just buying from you, but also reading your blog posts. And this is really good to build your following, loyal group of customers who have heard about your brand and not just buy from you, they will also visit your store because they want to find out an answer to their question, which is really good because the more they visit your store, the more likely that your brand is going to stick with them. And this is good for the longevity of your business. Next, I'm going to go into the framework of strategic blogging. So you're going to cover all corners to make sure you have all the information you need to blog successfully for your Shopify store. First and foremost, you need to understand what your audience is most interested in. Those blog readers, what are their pain points? What are their preferences? What are their interests? If you're a pet store owner, you want to blog about pets. If you're a baby store owner, you want to blog about maybe baby toddlers. If you're a fashion store owner, you want to blog about the latest fashion depending on what type of fashion products you're selling. If you're a food and drink store, you want to blog about the types of food or the types of drinks you are selling. Essentially, you blog about topics that has an overlap with your products. Once you've identified the key topics that are related to your products, those that have the biggest overlap, then you want to go into the details of identifying the keywords that's related to each subtopic. For example, if you have a pet store and you are targeting hamster store owners, a blog topic like essential supplies for happy hamsters would be a great topic to start with, and then you could go into the details of what a hamster owner would need to make the hamster happy. The ultimate guide to choosing the perfect stroller for your baby would be a blog topic if you are a baby store owner. And this helps parents or relatives of those parents who want to help select the stroller what they should be looking out for. And while writing those topics, there's an opportunity for you to promote your products. To make sure that you're covering everything you can about a specific topic, you can make use of keyword research tool to find out what are the questions people have around a specific topic. You can use tools like Google Keyword Planner, your Google Search Console, SEMrush, using those keyword research tools and identify what are the other associated keywords you can also incorporate into your content. And that's when you can outline your content and put in which are the keywords that you want to make sure that they are included. And you can list those keywords at the side and insert them accordingly where most appropriate. And the next step is once you start writing, you are going to create valuable content. Useful content, you can give use cases, you can give specific examples, you can talk about the customers' problems where someone bought a product from the store and how they use a specific product. So these are the details and nuances you can incorporate into your blog posts. Most people these days are tapping into AI tools to generate content, but I would not recommend you to do that simply because what those AI tools generate, they are very generic content, meaning that they are tapping into other existing content that already exists on the internet and give you generic, non-outstanding content. Basically, it doesn't tell you much information. And if you want your content to really stand out on Google search results, you want to make sure you give as many examples as possible if you are the experienced person in that space, how to best take care of your dog or how to care for your pet during winter. You want to incorporate those examples and not simply random information that's being generated from the internet that has been written before by other people. You want to create unique content that people have not seen before. Remember, if you're not writing in your own voice, in your brand voice, you are putting out generic content. That's not really going to stick with their readers. They're not going to be really impressed. They might read the blog post and say, hey, I think I've really read this somewhere before. And that's not really going to help your brand at all in the first place. The AI tools would be a good place for you to generate some ideas for your content, but it's not a substitute for writing the content. If you're only typing a title into your AI tools and pressing generate and publishing a blog post, that's not really going to help your blog to grow at all. It's also not going to make your brand stand out because the tone is really bad, it's really boring, really going to dilute your brand. That means that people will be less willing to pay for products from your store because they don't trust your brand. They don't trust the content that you're putting out. The best way to create valuable content is to answer the questions of what your potential customers are asking, what they will type into Google. Can use that other questions that they ask section in Google as well to put in other additional information that you believe that they will be most interested in. As long as you're providing solutions, providing advice, giving specific examples, that's going to go down really well with them. They're going to bookmark your blog post, and if it's really useful, they're also going to recommend your blog post to their family and friends. In other words, if you can produce share-worthy content, that's really going to help to grow your brand. And the next part goes into promoting your products. It doesn't mean that you will promote like 10 products in each of your blog posts, but when you're selecting your blog post, make sure that you are selling some of the products that you're talking about, some of the benefits of those products. There could also be instances where you're comparing your products with other stores' products or other brand products, because you have to understand, even if you don't talk about other brands, users, sophisticated users will go to Google as well and Google for product reviews of other brands. If you can actually do your own comparison on your own blog, it gives them confidence that you have really good product out there. You are confident that your product is going to be the best option for them. So if you do your right comparison, that's also going to put your brand in a good light. And at the same time, your shoppers will not leave your store to go otherwhere else to do their research. They can do their research right there on your blog. Once you've completed your blog post, you have added your products that you want to promote. The next part is you want to optimize for search engine, which is SEO. That means you want to make sure that you have the right subheadings in your blog post. You don't want to have an entire chunk of text. You want to put in relevant subheadings so readers can glance through it quickly and scan through for the right bits of content. At the same time, it also makes your blog post reader-friendly. So if users who are accessing your blog through their mobile phone, it's going to make their life much easier. Don't forget to optimize your meta descriptions such that this little snippet that appears on Google search results is going to help to decide if someone clicks on it or not. Make your meta description compelling, add in the relevant keywords when necessary, and this would greatly help in the click-through rate of your blog posts. The higher the click-through rate for your blog post, it means that Google will also more likely rank your blog post higher the next time someone types in the same keywords. Another SEO tactic to help your blog post rank higher is to rank to your older blog posts. As you are pushing out more and more blog posts, you can hyperlink to your older blog posts. If you are writing certain overlapping topics, you can refer to your other blog posts as well. And you can also go back to your older blog posts, and if there's relevant information that links to your latest blog post, you can also hyperlink those tags and make sure that they're linked to each other. This interlinking of content create a little content clusters. That's what I was telling you about this mini Wikipedia. And Google is able to see that interlinking this cluster of information, and this helps to rank your store pages highly for that topic that you're talking about. Next, after you have completed your optimization, you want to go to Google Search Console, which I hope you have set up, and submit your URL to tell Google you have published a new blog post. As a relatively new store, you might not get as much traffic as other bigger stores. This means that if you are publishing new content, Google is not aware of it immediately. If you want your blog post to rank higher quickly within a shorter period of time, go to Google and submit that URL and tell Google about this. And Google will then process this request and expedite it to index it in their database. The last which you need to do is to actually promote your blog posts. If you're a new blog, you're a store with minimal traffic right now, you're a growing store, what you need to do is to promote your blog posts. If you have your email list, send to your email list, tell them about your blog posts. Promote your blog posts on social media. If you have any other Facebook groups that you're in or any forum, promote your blog posts. And this really helps to greatly accelerate the visibility of your blog posts. When Google sees that there are many people coming to that blog post as well, this is giving Google a positive signal, and this really helps in also ranking that blog post for the right keywords within a shorter period of time. Blogging does not end after you click on publish. It also includes the promotion of your blog post. If you are not doing the promotion, then that's not really going to help to grow your blog as well. I hope this gives you a relatively comprehensive framework of how to successfully do blogging for your Shopify store to attract the right blog readers that turn into customers. If you're running Google Shopping ads and you are seeing delimited by budget and you don't quite know what to do next, you can check out one of my videos right here where I go into what are the steps you need to take to resolve this issue. And if you are planning to target more countries and scale up your Google Shopping ads right now, you can also check out one of my videos. Should you target multiple countries in one campaign? Check that video out because it's very essential. If you are looking for more blogging resource, check out one of my comprehensive blog posts where I go into the details of how I help my clients scale from 0 to 6,000 visitors in 6 months' time. Check the blog post out, link in the description and pinned comments. If you found this video useful, remember to give it a like. It does help with the algorithm. Do subscribe to my channel and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss future videos on how to grow and scale up profitable Google Shopping ads. I'm Claristin, the ROI Doctor, signing off. Stay profitable.